1. Okay, today we are going to try to play a PvZ, a PvT, and a PvP. With our PvZ, what we want to focus on is planning, not just playing what we think we should play because that's what everyone plays, specifically not just FFEing because everyone FFEs. We're going to be playing a one-base build, and this is going to be a Goon Reaver build. I think it's a really good demonstration of playing a build that you understand. It's really simple, it's really intuitive to understand. What you end up doing is hitting him with a Corsair, making him react to you having an air unit really, really fast somehow. Follow that up with some gateway units and follow that up with a Reaver. It's really powerful. If it doesn't just kill him outright early on, it often cripples him pretty hard and allows you to get your expansion up a little later. It's nice to do, I think, these aggressive builds against Zerg in particular because you're making him hold off making drones, and he has to make some stuff to respond to you. So what you do in the build is first you make a gateway. It's a one-base build. You get a fast gas, you get your cybernetics core before your first zealot, actually. With your first zealot, you're just going to be holding your ramp with 2 probes behind him. Then you're going to be making a Dragoon and Stargate really, really fast. With the Stargate, you're just going to be making 1 Corsair. You're going to send that Corsair out to both deny scouting from him, killing his first scouting overlord, and to go scout and see what he's up to. You're going to have skipped scouting with that first probe. Rather, you're just going to use this to scout. It's nice because it's a lot easier. It's a lot harder to lose it. Not Protoss. Zerg can't really deny scouting from you. And you can just get a look at what he's doing. If he's getting a Spire and going mutas, or if he's getting a Hydralisk den, and if so, if he is getting lurkers. But you've got your scout, and you're also forcing him to react to you in some way. He's got to get spore colonies up, or he's got to get Hydralisk to deny you killing all his overlords. Once that's up, what you're doing back at home is you're getting a Reaver really, really fast. Once your Robo finishes, you're getting Goon range, you're adding on a second gateway, and you are just pumping Dragoons. 2 gateways of Dragoons and Reavers. Now, based on what you see from him, you have all these nice paths available to you. If you see that he's got way too many Hydras at home, you can just calmly take an expansion. If you see that he has taken a 3rd base, usually this is an overextension, and you can just go kill him, kill one of his expansions with your Dragoon Reaver. If he is getting mutas, you can resume Corsair production. If he's getting lurkers, you have the Robo. You can get observers. It's really nice, and it works as this nice 1-2 punch. With the Corsair, attacking some overlords, and transitioning into this nice, heavy Goon Reaver push that allows you to cripple your opponent or just get an expansion for yourself. It's really hard to get run by, much harder than when you're Forge Fast expanding anyway, because you've just got your ramp to watch out for. So it's really, really nice. After that, we're going to be playing a PvT. In our PvT, we're going to be emphasizing decision-making, specifically the importance of scouting. We would like to scout everywhere and not let Terran get a 3rd. And then also something very important, especially with large groups of siege tanks, is knowing when to commit and retreat. So we're going to be focusing on that. In our PvP, we also want to look at decision-making, like scouting, and not overreacting to anything crazy that comes our way. Just having nice, calm, normal reactions using minimal necessary force to get the job done. And that's our show. All right, I hope you enjoy.
That's right. We do need a way for you to see it. Actually, maybe you should be watching the stream.
I was, but the stream was all glitchy, and I wasn't sure whether it's because I had all those other programs running.
Oh, shit. I hope it's not. What kind of all glitchy? We're going to be adding on gas, normal stuff. I'm not 2-gating. And I guess we add on gas. Let's go ahead and scout. I'm not going to be taking any fancy scouting pattern. I'm just going to go straight to his base. And I'm actually going to get my cybernetics core before my zealot. Just get dragoons out that much quicker. The next thing I am going to spend money on, though, is a zealot. And there we go. Getting a zealot, checking on our scout, coming back here. We are going to want a pylon. We're at about that point. There we go. Let's see what our friend has. Make a probe. Okay, our friend has also a gateway. So his cybernetics core is going to be a little bit slower than ours. Ours is finishing up now. And we can start making a dragoon once our pylon finishes. Ugh.
Look at him. Look at him trying to cut that probe.
Jeez. We might be dropping frames like crazy, and it might have to do with
Discord being...
Yeah, Discord taking a bunch of... Okay, he's getting a forge, so we can right now deduce that he's either bad, or he is... Oh, let's run away. Or he's really, really afraid of getting DT rushed. Either way, I'm just going to continue on with my plan. No problem. Oh, and we lost it. Okay, so we can't really see what else is going on. We could send another probe out there, but there might not really be a point. He's likely just walling off. So, in the interest of keeping things simple, we're just gonna keep making what we're making. We don't know if he's getting more gateways. That's really what's going to be key. So once we have an observer pop out, we're going to have that run over to his base. Just making probes and pylons, checking on how our macro's doing. Maybe making a little bit of a wall at the ramp. Normal stuff. And sure enough, here he comes. Yep. And running away. It looks like he just wanted to check out whether or not we were expanding. That's fair. That's totally fair. Okay, and we've got our robo done. So we're just going to make an observatory. And now we're going to add on 2 more gateways. Now that we have them moaning. Okay, cool. So just going to hotkey all our gateways. Make some probes. Set some rally points. Alright, and we can check out what's going on. So, adding on the gateways is going to help us not die in case he's doing anything really aggressive. It's also going to help us punish him in the case that he is expanding very quickly, which he might be. The forge... So the reason you don't want to forge early on is because static defense in PvP is garbage. There's not really any good reason to have a bunch of cannons, well, any cannons at all at this point in the game, in PvP. I can't think of one. I mean, what's it supposed to help with? It's supposed to help with your zealots? No, they're not good against zealots. It's supposed to help against dragoons? Well, no. Then I would just want a dragoon. Let's not get supply block. Then I would just want a dragoon who can also move and attack and stuff. So let's go ahead and prepare to expand. Let's see what he's doing. He's going to go straight here and straight here. Cool, and we've got an observer finishing up. Oh, we're a little supply block, no big deal. And we can go ahead and reset our rally point here. and we'll expand. Okay, so he did expand before us. Not to fear, I would like to punish him. So we're going to get a count on his gateways. He has one gateway, and he's getting attack. Okay, so this is really weird. We're just going to go kill him. This is too much money. This is way too much money. He's making scouts. This is the nice thing about making all these gateways. We can actually just set our rally here, maybe pull these guys back a little so that we all hit at once, and we can go kill him. So here, not even microing. Now that the zealots are out, we can micro a little bit, but really what he's done is ask for too much. And I say that because scouts are really expensive. Everyone knows that. That's why no one likes making scouts. Scouts are really too expensive. And he also got 400 minerals in this expansion. So we're going to go ahead and call GG and leave the game. Okay, pretty straightforward game. We just did a very actionable build. Nothing weird, nothing wonky, and won. Okay. Cool. Normal stuff. Normal stuff. Nothing fancy. Okay, so tell you what, in the interest of speeding up, let's check it out. Let's review what we have. PvP.
Did you feel any type of way during this game, or no?
No, God, that was simple. I felt like it was lagging because we were using too many resources.
Yeah, you were just more preoccupied with anything but the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, this was so straightforward. Okay, let's watch this game from the losing player's perspective. Let's just skip ahead about a minute. So this is a really low-rated player, I think, because he doesn't know any builds. He doesn't know any builds, so we're going to talk about planning.
That was a cool little slide by that probe. That was kind of
So
crazy.
he's got a moonwalk probe. That's always
Yeah.
good. That's always important to have Michael Jackson on your team.
Yeah, right.
You don't want him not on your team. Okay. So, blah, blah, blah. Let's skip through all this. This is so simple. So at this point, we're still mirroring, right? This is
Yeah.
what you want from a mirror matchup.
It is.
I mean, not necessarily, but
Yeah. Yeah.
this looks normal, is what I'm trying to say. Looks normal.
It is funny how long it takes to actually deviate, to look deviable.
Yeah, right. Now we've deviated, right? I started my cybernetics core. I did that little let's start the cybernetics core early thing. He did the whole let's start the zealot early thing. Now I know this is a two-player map, and so you might want your zealot out quicker, but whatever. I know that I can get mine to my ramp by the time his gets to me. Yeah, see, so his is just now at his ramp, and mine is going to finish up in a little bit. So he's got a cybernetics core. Yeah, we saw this wasn't cheese. There's nothing weird going on. We're just checking it out. We see that he's making his own cybernetics core. And now we know that he is, maybe not yet, yeah, right now we know that he is probably a bad player, or at the very least, we're going to have some leeway in our build. We don't end up doing anything weird. We end up doing the same thing that we would anyway. I think I skipped a range to get this out, because we see him just making two zealots. Really, in early game PvP, you don't want that many zealots unless you're trying to kill him with zealots. Okay, so this is what the hidden tech was. So this is why I say let's just count the number of minerals that he's putting into nothing that's going to be useful. 150. He's putting 150 into a forge at this point. Even if you want upgrades, you don't want upgrades this early. This is way too early for this. Cool. We're adding a robo. So 150 in here. Another 150 in here. We're up to 300. Another 150 in here. We're up to 450. We've got 450 minerals put into nothing useful. And here we have another 400. So we're looking at 850 minerals that won't be fighting. And if we check this out, he's not macroing out of his gateway. I mean, this is just so straightforward. This is a no-brainer game. We're adding on our other 2 gateways. We're getting our observer out.
Now,
Who's going to come see this?
you're adding on. Now, why is it that what you're adding on is cool, but what he's adding on is not cool?
So we don't know if he went DTs, so this is always nice. We can say the same thing. I spent 200 minerals in here. I spent, what is this, 100 or 150? 300, 350, plus another 25. Let's call it 375. No, I think this is only 100 minerals. Let's call it 325 that I put in stuff that's not fighting, because I did not have an intention to get Reavers, at least not yet. But also, right, I can transition from this to Reavers. I don't want to get too high level, but...
Because he has 2 Stargates that could be fighting.
He has 2
Like,
Stargates
those
that
2
are
cards
creating
are sort of like your 2 gates.
scouts that are going to be doing 8 damage. They're going to be doing 8 damage because I have no air unit. I have 1. And I guess this is good against shuttles. He has... I mean, this is just so useless. This is so useless, and he keeps making them. Oh, and he's getting this. So yeah, we skipped range, but cool. Now we have a bunch of goons without range that just go kill him. And that's really the end. I have nothing left to say about that game.
Really?
Yeah. Don't make scouts. That's all I have. Don't make scouts.
Okay, I guess let's pretend that the person who you played watches this.
Yeah.
And they honestly thought, for what better or worse, that was a thing.
My honest opinion...
what would you say to them about
my
what they
honest
did?
opinion is scouts do 8 damage to ground units. Don't make scouts, and learn a build. Don't get a forge so early. Okay, cool. We got a PVZ. Okay, cool. We got about a 1400 player. We're playing against about a 1400 Zerg. 1400 Zerg. We're on an account that's about a 1400 Protoss. So, number one problem I see in PVZ on the ladder, as I've said before, as I said earlier in this video, is getting run by. A lot of Protosses get run by. And another huge thing I see is a lot of Protosses going by the standard dogma and forge fast expanding. I'm going to show you a really easy build that you can do where you can't get run by because you're on one base, and you're on one base. It's a one base build. It's not bad. It's not a bad build. One base does not mean bad. I think at the low ranks, people should be one base in this Protoss more often. I think a lot of people forge fast expand because they don't understand what they're supposed to be doing. Or not that they don't understand what they're supposed to be doing, but they think that that's the only thing they can do. I don't think they understand that they have options available to them. So we're going to be skipping the forge fast expand. We're going to be doing something a little more aggressive. And I love doing aggressive stuff against Zerg. Because Zerg needs to either make drones or make stuff. And aggressive stuff is just forcing them to make more stuff early on and eat into their drone count. Are we eating into our own economy? Yeah, we're not getting an expansion. But I think that's fine. I would just like to do an aggressive build. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a Reaver build. We're going to get a bunch of Dragoon Reaver really, really fast after getting a single Corsair to do some harassment. And you'll notice I'm building this first, and then I'm going to build this. Cool, it's a two-player map, so he's going to see everything. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned with hiding this from him. We're going to go ahead and try to not get killed early on by just holding our ramp. And holding our ramp, it turns out, is much, much easier than holding him from running by our cannon and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and throw a couple probes in here. And this is going to be our little wall. Our wall of probes. We're going to get our corsair, like I said, fastest humanly possible corsair. We're going to deny some scouting. And we're going to start getting our dragoon count up. So this is a really simple build, and it's really nice for not getting run by. This is how we're not going to get run by. We're going to defend in this way, and if he does get past this, we have some very deliberate SimCity setup. We would rather like to cut off choke points, not really let him in here. Just kind of make these restrictive areas. Okay, cool. I'm going to make another zealot here to also help me hold this. And once this pylon finishes up, we can start on our corsair. And we can just go kill this, shut down scouting from Zerg, and start on our way to attacking him. The next thing we're going to want to spend a bunch of money on is a robo. So we're going to get a robo right now. Cool. And these guys can actually come away now. We have enough stuff to hold this. No probes necessary. And we know that there's an overlord around here somewhere. Where did that overlord go? Where did that overlord go? There it is. We can start on speed.
Or range, rather.
Range, thank you. We can start getting range. And cool, with this same corsair, you'll notice we didn't scout. We can scout. We're just going to see, okay, what's he up to? What's he up to? With our extra money, we can throw on another gateway. And this finished, and we're immediately starting the shuttle. So we're immediately starting the shuttle. So the corsair, I just saw that question. I don't know when that came in.
Yeah,
just a
now,
scout. So we're seeing, okay, he's going for Spire to thwart this. So we actually need to resume corsair production. We're gonna pick up corsair production, and really we're just using this scout. Cool. We see that he's got a Spire. Maybe if there were Zerglings here, it would be really hard for us to get a probe into his base. But okay, cool. We've got some, and sure enough, he's got a bunch of these guys. Maybe that would prove very difficult. Maybe it wouldn't. I was supposed to make this a little while ago. No big deal. Cool. And we're short on gas. We can just keep making. Oh, do we really have 2 on gas? For the field, there's not enough air.
Or area of effect matter.
That's fine. I mean, there will be once we start seeing. Oh. Actually, I'll just cancel this guy and start that Reaver, because I do want that Reaver ASAP. Oh no, sound echoes a lot suddenly. I wonder.
Thank you, Warrior.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that he built this after the Spire, because he doesn't have a bunch of Hydralisks that are shutting this down. But either way. So we've got more Corsair production. We can go ahead and start thinking about taking an expansion for ourselves, because we see that, okay, and it looks like
Let us know if this changes anything. I'm going to take off my mic.
All right. Okay. That may or may not fix things. But so really what the corsairs were also supposed to do was to force him to get either spores early on, which were going to become ineffective immediately, or force him to get hydralisks really fast and stop making drones. It looks like he opted to get a spire really quick, which means that basically all of his overlords are just gonna die. There's really nothing that he can do at this point. It's a little late. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so we finally got some Scourge out. So we can pull this back. We see what's going on. And let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little attack. Because we did so much damage with those Corsairs. To keep the Reaver healthy, I'm just going to have this shuttle on move command on a Dragoon. And then we can also scout a little forward with our Corsair. But because so much damage got done, oh, and we have another one. So much damage got done with those Corsairs. I'm really not concerned with anything that he's going to be making. We can use this defensively. We can go ahead and transfer some probes and make sure that we're macroing before we get into an engagement. And I'm just going to drop this here and go ahead and shoot it into all his hydras. Just going to do a little micro, not too much micro. Cool, we didn't get wrecked. And now we can just go ahead and attack this directly. I don't even need the Reaver, though it is nice to have. But I think right now we're just going to take this game. There's nothing he can really do. He's sustained way too much damage. Oh, it looks like he has another base over there. That's fine. We don't have a shuttle anymore, but we don't mind because he kind of died. Okay, we see that this is here. Not a big deal. We can just keep on doing our thing. Keep on adding things on. We can start transitioning to Templar tech. Yeah, that's exactly right. He lost way too many overlords. We weren't trying to win with the overlords, although it looks like we did. We were really just trying, with the Corsairs, excuse me. We weren't trying to win with the Corsairs, we were just trying to force him to make a bunch of Hydras early on. And maybe some static defense. But it looks like, yeah, that ended up just straight up winning. So that's kind of too bad. But, oh well. And now we just have the rest of the game. We can go ahead and get speed, get gas. Oh, I don't want to actually move you. You're fine. We lost that. That's fine. Dragoons aren't great straight up against Hydras, but what are you gonna do? And that's GG. So to get Disruptive Field, our intention was not actually to make a bunch of Corsairs. We ended up doing that as a reaction to seeing the Spire. So really, my intention the whole game long was never to have that many Corsairs. I mean, I didn't want to get that that ability when I wasn't really gonna be using Corsair as much. But also, in order to get it, it takes a lot of money. You got to get a fleet beacon, and then you have to get the actual upgrade, and then you actually have to have maintain the Corsairs numbers to make it useful, because it does take 150 mana to use. So with this build in particular, I am just not intending on using Disruption Web at all because of all of the investment, when I would much rather be spending that money on things like more Dragoons, on things like Templar Tech, just things that can actually do damage. So we're not going to spend that much time in this replay because I don't think it's going to matter. He catches us one basing at some point. He went pool first. Right. We were just on 2 bases. We weren't really trying to invest all our gas in Corsair tech. Actually, if you watch the gas, we'll see that I was pretty low on gas all game long, and my intention. So, right, this is actually a very big distinction between this build and most other Protoss builds you see. Most other Protoss builds, you see you're getting your expansion really quickly, and so you have 2 gases right off the bat. So scouts cost way too much money, and they just move slower. It's harder to run away from Hydralisks. A Corsair costs something like 2/3 what a scout costs, and really, my primary use for that first Corsair is just to scout. I'm really just trying to scout, and sure enough, when I do get here, I react to my scouting information by continuing to make Corsairs, because I see a really fast Spire, and I think, okay, he's going mutas. Even though there were no mutas in that game, that's what I thought was going to be happening. It ended up working out, because he ended up not having any response to early Corsairs, which Zerg definitely needs. But here we see he's doing the normal thing. Now, when he sees a 1-base... So if you're a Zerg player and you see a 1-base build like this, I would not take this second expansion so quickly. I would totally hold off. I would build this, in base, build it here, think like you're playing a Terran player. This gets really hard to defend, because what does a 1-base play from Protoss mean? It means something aggressive is coming. So if I'm doing something aggressive as Protoss, you're going to be stretched for stuff, for just army stuff, defending both this base and this base. Granted, I mean, this has some nice little chokes, but just ignoring the map, it makes it a lot harder to defend this base, which you usually get because Protoss is not doing something particularly aggressive. So here, the Corsair is out, and yes, we have this guaranteed kill, and that's all nice, but that's not really the point. The point is to force Zerg to react in some way. And here we see that he knows that there's a Corsair, and so how is he going to react? How is he going to react? He needs to make either an Evo Chamber, a Spire, or a Hydralisk Den. And I think the first thing he does is make a Spire. Yeah, there it is. So he's making this after he knew that this was out for a while. And a Spire takes a long time to make. Really, you got to make either a Hydra Den or an Evolution Chamber. Yes, Zinkler, that is my intention. Right now, we're just starting with Protoss, because I see a bunch of Protoss errors on the ladder. I don't think scouts are better bang for your buck. I mean, sure, they attack very fast, but I just want to run around and see what he's doing with this. That's the whole point. I just want to run around and see what he's doing. So, okay, cool, he's got a Spire. And so I'm thinking, okay, if he's getting a Spire, I'm going to need to raise my Corsair numbers, because he's getting air units. So this is when I see the Hydralisk Den. I didn't actually realize that it finished at this point. But really, just timing-wise, if you're a Zerg, that's absolutely what you need to be doing, is getting a Hydralisk Den. Not a big deal. Getting a Hydralisk Den or an evolution chamber, because they just build way faster. A Spire actually takes like half the time as a new hatchery to build. I think that's right. And you just don't have the time. So here, I didn't mean to just roll over all his overlords. I really just meant to respond to the Spire tech. But it took way too long for him to make this stuff. I don't really think there's much of a point in going any further in this replay. There's only... Yeah, I have 8 Corsair kills at the 7-minute mark. I'm just going to call it there. 8 kills at the 7-minute mark. That's too much. That's 800 minerals that he has to spend in Overlords that he doesn't want to spend in Overlords. I don't think there's any coming back from that. At that point, all you have to do is make gateway units and go attack him. My Reaver, I don't think really got all that useful that game. Right? What else is there to say? Oh. Is there something that you wanted to do? No? This is good? This is good? How are we doing on time?
We are at 7:49. We're not even past the half.
Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and find another game with Protoss in the high E, low D region. Yeah, the short answer to Jawarison's question is Corsairs are faster. They're just faster. They're faster to build. They're faster to run around. I'm just trying to make a scout, basically. I'm not a scout the unit, a scout the thing, the idea. I just want to see what's happening.
The stream's good, by the way. It's like awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Do you want me to be using a different mic? So we could both... Yeah?
After a game, we can mess with
Okay.
it. Only because everything is good normal stream right now.
Fair enough. Okay, so we have a 1500 Terran player. We are on this awful map. Whatever.
What map is it?
Blockchain. So we're on blockchain, the semi-island map. I'm not going to talk too much about map-specific things because I don't care to talk about map-specific things right now. We have a horrible pro who doesn't know anything. That's fine. Not a big deal. Don't sweat your splits. If your splits are horrible, don't worry. Okay, so we're up against a Terran player. What do you want to do against a Terran player? Really, I asked myself, when is Terran scary? Is Terran scary early game? No, not really. I mean, they have a couple rushes they could do. Is Terran scary mid game? Also not really. Terran doesn't really get scary until late game. So, if I can somehow delay Terran from being scary early on, that should be good enough, and I should be able to swing the game in my favor. So let's go ahead and just try to focus on denying Terran a third. Terran's going to get a natural. We don't really have a good way to deny that. Tanks are too good. But maybe we can deny him a third, especially on this really weird, painful, awful map. It's got these semi-islands, and if we can, say, do something with the shuttle early on, and deny him presence in these third locations, maybe, we can do something nice and great and good. I'll just go ahead and get my Zealot. Normal stuff, not that you have to, against Terran. Let's go ahead and knock out supply block, normal stuff. And make our probe. I guess this is a good time to scout. Okay, cool. So we've got our zealot up. And a dragoon. So I'm gonna try to take a relatively quick expansion because I'd like to be up in expansions against Terran. Will you rush dragoons? Yeah. So I definitely want to have a good healthy count of dragoons, really all game long. But I'm just gonna be doing a one base expansion. We'll see how that goes. Doing nothing fancy. Got 60 APM. Nothing fancy. And we're making dragoons. We're not getting supply blocked. Oh, our probe thinks that he knows where he's going.
It is true. You don't think that he's going to do any marine stuff or barracks?
So in the event that he does, that'll be interesting. But he probably won't because Marines are bad.
On this inferred from the question that we got from the chat.
What did we get?
That, so you think are you going to rush dragons for the purpose of avoiding a vulture macro? Or builds to deal with it?
Oh.
Because it's not enough minerals.
Yeah, so more than 9 out of 10, I don't know, 19 out of 20? 19 out of 20 Terrans are not gonna make more than... They're not gonna get an academy at all. They're not gonna get medic marine. There is an off chance that he does. He is the... Oh, chase him away. Oh, that's fine. I don't really need to kill him. I just need to make sure that he doesn't know what I'm doing. It's great to have the information advantage, because the same way that scouting is good, denying is also good. So I just don't want him to be able to see what's up. We can go ahead and make some more pylons. Okay, so he's floating off his barracks. Normal stuff. He is not interested in... we saw that this was doing some upgrade. We don't know if that's siege mode or whatchamacallit, but because we saw... or mines. Because we saw that he had his barracks floating, we know he's not doing any kind of obnoxious early rush. We can go ahead and expand. I guess we can go ahead and throw down some more gateways. Oh, this guy's done. There we go. So I'll throw down another expansion. I'm not really going to do anything aggressive. I can hold off with getting range just yet. Really what I'm interested in doing... Oh, this is what I didn't have enough minerals for. Really what I'm interested in doing is doing some kind of Reaver play, because you need the Robo support bay to get speed, and shuttle speed will be really helpful on this weird semi-island map. So I guess I am talking a little bit about map-specific stuff, but that's just because, I mean, how often do you get a semi-island map? How often do you get an island map? Never. And a semi-island map even less frequently. Okay, so... Whoop, I want a Robo Bay. And here I just don't want vultures in my base. A good Terran can win with just vultures, killing a bunch of probes. I would rather not see that happen. I guess this should really be as part of a wall to prevent things like exactly that from happening.
Is cannons part of your mix? Or not for this part?
Not really. I'm not gonna be getting cannons, at least not at my main and natural. I'm gonna be getting cannons later, say, but not right now.
No need for defense?
Yeah, I just have my mobile guys. I think that'll be nice. So here we've got this upgrade. We'd like to get that later. Here we've got singularity charge. I mean, goon range. Yeah, let's get that now. That's always nice. And we can go ahead and get our zealot in here after this is done, so that we have tank fodder. Okay, so, oh, whoops, I ran him away directly. Didn't mean to do that. We can go ahead and start getting ourselves, let's move you and make a wall. Okay, cool. You come with me. And we can see, he's probably not going to expand toward us, so we can see if he's expanding away from us. All the while adding on gateways, that's what those are called. And an observatory would always be nice so that we can see mines. But let's just throw on a couple more gateways. Why not? We'll get up to 5. So we see he's probably putting mines out on the map. That's the smart, normal thing to do. Here we're not really trying to come in particularly aggressively. We don't really even have a good angle for that. He already has Goliath, that's fine. Really, did I already start this? There we go. Really, we just want to make sure that he's not getting an expansion as quickly as we are. So, now that I have an expansion, I might be interested in investing in a forge, because I want, oh heck, we'll make sure that he's not taking that expansion. Because I want cannons to defend this base. Oh, and actually I wish this guy would stay here. Okay, cool. We can start flooding with zealots right about now. Oh, why don't we make another one here? So, at right around a control group of dragoons, I have a little more than a control group. I just like making a bunch of zealots and getting zealot speed, and maybe adding on some more shuttles, especially now that we're getting the upgrade for them, right? What helps expand the purpose of an upgrade than getting more of that unit. Okay, so he's not here in particular. Are you planning on using the Reaver to kill SCVs? So if I get the chance to kill SCVs with it, that'd be nice. Looks like we know where he wants to expand. It also looks like we know where he is. So we have a bunch of army dudes moving this way. And it looks like he's interested in attacking us this way. Where did that observer go? So I would like to just pull his attention away from us. Ooh. Oh, it ran through that. Okay, that's too bad. Let's go ahead and run this guy up here. Let's see what we can't get from a guy who... this is probably me asking for too much. But it looks like he might give it to us. Yeah, this was asking for too much. Oh, that's where it was. So we can go ahead and run away, but this is sort of an indirect defense of this. I wonder if we pulled him back. We're gonna have to kill these and not let him just waltz through here. Meanwhile, we can throw on some gateways. Yeah, let's go ahead and fill this guy up. We can maybe try to get a look at his factory count. Oh, we would like to not lose that. Okay, cool. And he won't be able to march through there. So that's really why those exist, by the way. Oh, did we never get legs? We can start taking to Templar tech. Let's see. We can start throwing on More guys. Oh. Did we lose that observer? We can look around for what he's doing exactly. Looks like he's trying to get a bunch of guys in here. Yeah, we're not too interested in doing that. So it looks like he's sieged up. Don't engage sieged tanks. Oh. Okay. So, really at this point, we can either be teching to Arbiter tech or Carrier tech. There is also the lovely use of special tactics, also known as getting a shit ton of gateway units. I'm going to be going more that route, just keeping things nice and simple. Ooh.
You seem to have a lot of unused resources.
Yeah, this is my first time trying talking and doing all this. Let's see if we can't use those all. Oh, come back, buddy. So unlike Zerg, so we need to just delay the hell out of this. And not walk right into it. Right, you are. Oh, I want you guys to something else. I need these guys here. Oh, we just don't have enough. This is not likely that we survive this. Oh, I need some rallies. There we go. Let's get 3 in here. Let's see what our bombs do. Not a negligible amount of damage. Okay, the problem is we need to rebuild a bunch of Dragoons, and Dragoons actually cost a lot. I'm just keeping things nice and simple, not getting DTs. Mining there. But no reason not to. So he's probably sieging up behind us. Yeah, let's pull out. Here, let's see if we can't fill this up with zealots. And the rest of this, so we survived that push. It's always nice to survive things like this and have this chance to sort of make space, clear out mines. I believe there's mines here. Oh, and here and everywhere. Let's see if he didn't mine this up. He didn't. Oh, and we're losing. Guys to errant mines, that's why we get whatchamacallit. Let's set that. Let's see, where is this guy? Oh, jeez, he's all the way down here. Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted more coordination than that. Oh, that's not good. Well, I wish this guy were anywhere within range. You think so? Oh, I guess so. These guys are still alive. Fair enough. Where are all my... There we go. Why don't you guys collect all these guys? Oh. Okay, so it looks like he wants to come clean this up. We don't want him to clean that up. That's fine. Vultures take forever to kill anything. Any building. There we go. Box away. Oh. Well, I mean, they are stuck up here now. Yeah, I guess we can just attack, move this. No big deal. Jeez, he really wants to save these vultures. Okay. So he's got a bunch of unsieged tanks. I hope we can not get everyone to it at the same time. Please get there. Let's please go. Oh, that kind of worked. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. Okay, cool, that worked. No, it didn't. Right. Well, we definitely didn't keep tearing off 3 bases, I'll tell you that right now. Hey, I've got stuff. You don't wanna siege up here. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Oh, he got me. No, get back there. Oh, did my dragoons get... Oh. Yeah, that went south. Okay. You also come, I need help. Well, I coordinated nothing right. I wonder if we can't, like, barely... Oh, no, we did not save that at all, what am I saying? Alright, this will be a good what went wrong video. Okay, we lost 1 base. Let's see if we can't lose another. Let's see. Oh, sweet. Why don't we see if we can't... I don't know, unload with... Oh, please come. Huzzah! We killed a tank. I'll take it. Okay. But we lost one in the process. He has wraiths? Well, that's not good. At least we move as fast as him. Another capital reason to get speed. Oh, that's where he is. Wait, no, I thought I told you all that. Oh. Well, that's fine. Okay. Always scout. And always pull away your probes before they all get obliterated in 1 tank shot. Oh, and don't let that become your shut up. Okay, he's attacking us. What do? We go attack him. Oh, but we know that he has a bunch of Oh, wait, why? No, don't attack into where all his tanks are.
As unseats they might be.
Yeah, right. Nope, nope, nope. Get the fuck back. Yeah, that's what I meant to do. No, just run past them. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, there we go. Oh shit, he's on the high ground. Oh shit, he has everything. Oh, we didn't avoid him at all. This is where everything is. Okay. There's no shame in retreating. So, you know, always run away. Oh, Maelstrom doesn't work against, what are they called? Mech units. It only works against, we'll call it. It only works against bio units. Well, maybe 1500 is about the range where playing slow can't work. We'll see.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to.
We'll see. There were large lapses of macro.
Because that game was definitely at a different scope.
Yeah. Here, let's see if I can't get your audio in here too.
Yeah, let's try it now. I think what happened was my mic was picking up your voice.
Oh.
Because my
Well, why
mic
don't you
was-
just plug it back in?
Because it's going to pick up your voice again. And then you can have an echo.
Let's see. Let's see. If I wanted to get your mic in, your audio in.
Well, that's the thing too. If we have any other mic, you're going to have an echo.
Oh, you're so right.
We can work on me getting my headset in next time.
Oh, that's fine. Let's just have an echo. I'd rather have you also talking and have an echo than
Oh.
not have you at all. Alright? Okay. So let's watch that from the losing player's perspective. Me. Okay, so
We decided to put another mic in and just do echoes, so apologies for that.
oh wait. This does not say it's picking up your mic. Yeah, that's what I want to use. Please use it. Tell you what, I'm going to delete this.
Let's do this as we do
Here we go.
technical
Call
things.
mic. I don't know if you can be heard.
I heard myself in the
Oh. Okay, cool.
on
Then
my end.
fuck me. I guess you can be heard. Yeah.
But-
I guess
oh,
you
this
are.
is me, but it's not me. I don't think that's me.
I mean, if you can hear yourself, then
Oh, no,
I think you're good.
I was talking about a previous instance, but that's heard. via
Oh,
mic.
oh.
So-
Gotcha. In that case, please work. Please work. I don't think Maelstrom works against vultures. Does Maelstrom work against vultures? So blah blah blah. Trying to keep it simple. And here he comes with a bunch of, not a bunch of Marines, with 3 Marines. This is probably everything he makes.
I'm doing a mic check.
Okay. This one is not you. Let me see if I can't get you. No, that's gonna be me. Actually, tell you what. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid of my mic,
Okay.
and we're gonna talk through that. Oh wait, no, but that's not how that works.
That is not how that.
Damn it.
Well, it says call mic now.
Oh. Okay, never mind. Then that is how that works.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Then we have both of us. Anyway. Okay, so we're trying to get an expansion early on, especially, oh, we haven't scouted him yet. What am I saying? Blah, 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 blah. we have a base, he has a base. I probably tried to keep it too simple by having only gateway units. Whatever, let's just identify things that went wrong for Protoss. This will be common pitfalls. What do you say? Common pitfalls. Oh, I don't want to skip just yet. Normal stuff. This expansion is getting up. It's going to be at about the same time as this. So he just moves this at just the time when I come in. Okay, so he did actually have a tank and marines he was hiding in. So here we have a bunch of whatever this map is called, blockchain bullshit, but whatever, not going to talk about it because it didn't end up coming into play. I guess if you're really scared, you can always just kill off these two assimilators as the first thing you do. He's doing the exact opposite and he wants to come mess with us. And sure, he's welcome to. So he gets this up and running, we get this up and running. Normal stuff. This was lifted off, and so we know this isn't that much, right? He only ended up making 3 Marines after all. We are getting our shuttle up. So anytime you get tech fast, you have to ask yourself, does this justify itself this early? This tech was for sure not justifying itself that early. I mean, just, right, blockchain, the position of this, right, where he's right here, you're not really going to get anything off. This is, right, tucked away way back here, you're not really going to get anything off. And he wasn't going for a fast expansion, and so there was nothing really that we could do to justify the use of all this tech this early. But, oh well, that wasn't really the game losing error or anything. I'd say just sheer control was probably the downfall here. Sure, he's playing normally, getting a nice healthy tank count up. Okay, so mines are done. Let's see. Why does it say fastest times 4 and it's still... That's weird. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to skip through this because this is not fastest times 4. Alright, so what are we looking at? He's still just on 2 factories. So it looks like he was actually doing a very passive play. He's staying on 2 factories. It would have been totally acceptable to just expand, especially on this map where it's so inaccessible to get to by just walking. He's adding on 2 more factories, but this is a little later. He's got healthy numbers of Goliaths this early. Did you see what I was doing? I think he just likes Goliaths. So let's see, we're at the 9-minute mark. Let's skip to 9:30.
One of your mics, you got a baseball bat.
Alright.
It says mic off, not mute.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll mute this one. Here and then. There you go, now you can see all of those. Okay. Oh, it's actually doing times 4 now. Okay, so we end up luckily scouting this. Really, I mean, it would have been great to scout his low tank numbers, factory numbers earlier on. Okay, so here he's doing this. We really would appreciate it if he didn't just walk into our main and start killing shit. And so we do this to try to get him to pull back. So he kills it as we're waltzing up here. So this goes down. This is not a great engagement, so He's got one siege right there. That goes down. This is giving him time to pull all this back. I don't think he's losing much, if any, SCVs here. Man, it would be great to have that shuttle here. No. Oh, do you think I killed that? Man, it'd be great to have that shuttle here. Oh, what was I doing? Oh, and this is when he's taking this. Jeez. Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And I just take a bunch of free tank fire. Jeez. Now I am weak. Okay. Here's the issue. Here's the issue. This was alive at 11:20, and I stopped scouting. Yeah, he's fine. He's on 3 bases. We're on a meager 3 bases that I never end up transferring to. Cool. This delays this enough to make it. Actually, I think since all of these guys are big, I only have to kill one of these. I don't have to get rid of both. But whatever. No, run. Oh, if zealots can still fit through when it's like this, then maybe I did have to kill both. Either way. Okay, so we see that he's getting more stuff. He's getting more, one more factory. Now he's on the healthy 2 base number. He's got 5 factories. God, I need to just have scouted this. God, this is so weird. Like, speeds up and slows down, speeds up and slows down. Let's jump ahead a little bit. Actually, so we had one bad engagement. Lost a lot of stuff. He did not lose a lot of stuff. Did I just miss our other engagement? No, I think it doesn't happen until... No, I think I did. Let's go back. What? Oh, I'm missing delicious dragoons dying. Okay. Let's see if we can't find this. Okay. God, I wish the speed up worked. Okay. Okay, we're at 12 something. Maybe I didn't miss it.
Do you remember what was going on at this point?
It looks like I'm thinking about taking out some vultures, and
Are those reavers in there?
yeah, no. This is all just zealots. I'm looking for his third. I'm looking to drop all this on his third. I'm nowhere near his third. Okay, here we go. This is the engagement. Yeah, I need to not. He's already sieged up. Yeah, this is a lot of things. And I think I might have already lost some dragoons to vulture lines. It looks like I did. Either way, I need to stay the fuck away. Back off me. And then he just gets this. He just gets to have this. So this is the point. Oh, this is when my money all skyrockets. And
You did spend
I don't think so.
You were spending a bunch.
Sure. The engagement's over. We can calm down a little. Spend all our money. Now at this point, there's 2 things that aren't happening. One of them is that, oh, back the fuck off. Ooh, there they go. Okay, there's 3. One is that. One is not running away from tanks. Which this sucks. You just have to have quick reaction time. Not sure there is a good low APM way to teach that. But really the 2 things happening, elsewhere are not scouting this. Was totally expecting him to take this. But I guess that makes sense. He wants a base that he can walk to. But if he kills these, he can walk to this one. It's just through a very skinny way. Oh well. Not scouting every expansion, and not teching up to something else. So my idea was that I was playing very, very simply and just having gateway units would be alright, but I mean, God, there is nothing to replace stasis or recall. They're just too good. And sure enough, this is very recallable. I don't think he has. Not that the recall would be happening just yet. Well, it could. We are at 15, almost 30. But we see he doesn't really have mines in the main. He has very sparse turrets, and he doesn't have. He's just now getting his science facility up. Yeah, I'm gonna call that at not scouting and not teching up to late game tech.
Is there anything that is low APM?
I mean, arbiters are pretty low APM. You don't need a lot of APM to micro arbiters.
But this wasn't. Did you include arbiters like originally? If there's something that you did.
Oh, for sure. So scouting.
So
the easiest thing to do, the absolute easiest, right? Because this is free. This is free. He's spending no defense on this. You can argue that this is his defense. In which case, this is a handful of vulture mines. What is this? 6, 5? Plus whatever this is. Couple vultures worth of mines. I know there was more here, but whatever. Some mines, right? That is what we can call the defense of this base. This is absolutely a free base. Very low APM to just actually search everywhere. I mean, even easier with Terran here. He's doing it right now, just scanning around, and I think this is when he scans this and sees it. I just thought it was this guy who saw this, but whatever. Alright, I think I'm going to call that this game. Yeah? Anything to add? Yeah. I think so.
So the basics is scouting and
Yeah, just relentless scouting. I mean, the easiest thing to do as Protoss is what he's... Oh, this is a vulture. Whatever. What he's doing, probe costs 50 minerals.
So is that what you would do? Just have a probe?
Yeah.
Going
You just have a probe scouting all these bases. Really, yeah, I was spending too much time scouting this one location that I was invested in him having expanded to, that he had not expanded to. And then he gets a free base, and then he gets 2 free bases, and that's just...
Now,
that's not
are
acceptable.
there any timings as to when scouting should be? Like, are there good times
Just
in scouting? Like,
all the time. I mean, I think that's part of game sense, is just getting a sense for when might he be expanding, right? He's not expanding right when his second base finishes. But, I mean, I was scouting this, right around the time that came out. I mean, this came out at around 11:20, I think.
Okay, so you should be scouting at the time that he made the experiment. Or that would be a good time to scout.
Right. So, I mean, what's Terran's plan here? He wants to have enough stuff that he can defend his natural no problem, right? And sure enough, he can defend his natural no problem. He wants enough, and then, he's already taking this at 10 something. Oh, I think it finishes at 11:20. And then, okay, cool. I can defend this. I mean, on blockchain, yeah, you can just expand here pretty easily. Granted, that was what my whole plan was based around. Was that he would be, but oh well. Because I do think this is a little early for Terran to be taking this. Actually, this makes sense. All he's doing is expanding behind the attack.
When he gets through this.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's
All it is expand behind the attack. Oh, no. Yeah, this is on his side. So he's doing this attack, or, at least trying to make this happen. And he's expanding behind it. Makes sense. Seems like a solid, normal thing to do. And, right, he put himself in this position where, hey, I can attack and not risk just losing everything, right? This is a very safe attack path for him, right? He's not going to get surrounded here. This is super skinny. Makes sense.
I guess
Makes
one
sense.
thing to note too, and I guess this is the only map specific thing while it's still
Yeah, what are you
season,
thinking?
is, so without going too much into detail, if you don't want people coming to your base, destroy those
Oh,
destroy those
yeah.
assembliers.
Yeah. That's always a healthy normal thing. But anyway, on to the next game.
That's called circuit breaker.
No. That's the blockchain. Alright. Let's see if we can't get another game. I'm trying to think about the simplest thing to do against. I guess the simplest thing to do against Terran that I can think of is deny him a third, which means scout and find out where his third is, and then deny it. Deny him a third and probably go straight for arbiters on 3 base, I want to say. I don't know a simpler thing to do. Okay, that's fine.
That this could happen unless you play it.
Right? I mean, we did start this at about 1350. Okay. We got a 1380, about 1380 Protoss player. So, PvP. What is there to say about PvP? PvP is it's pretty simple. It's a race of Dragoons and Reavers. Until the late game, when you end up adding on cool units like High Templar and Archons. But really, most of PvP, you're just doing Dragoon Reaver stuff. Have more of those and don't mess up your micro. And load. Well, maybe we don't have a PvP. Oh, that's fine. I spoke too soon. Oh, jeez. That's not good. I guess I'm not talking with this mic anymore. Okay, cool. I wonder what mic this is.
Oh, that's one line. That's a one like
Well, I mean, that's the old mic we were using. So, whatever. Use your split. And then I'm getting attackers.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough
I
minerals.
think it might be the last one.
You have not enough minerals.
I don't know what that is. Cool, we got a PvP.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
Looking at that light, this is circuit breakers. We got a PvP on circuit breakers. Super normal stuff. Super normal. Our entire job is not to fall behind Dragoons, not to fall
You have
behind.
not enough minerals.
Not that I'm like making reasons and stuff, but just have a healthy count of both of those.
You have not enough
Not fall behind the
minerals.
gateways. Just go kill him. A lot of harassy stuff happens back and forth. Oh, fall. Alright. Wait, was it this mic? I think I have to. Okay. If you say so. PvP, super simple, super easy. We're just trying to make, not fall behind in Dragons, not fall behind in Reavers, not fall behind in Gateways. A bunch of harassy stuff might happen along the way. Oh, please go. A bunch of harassy stuff might happen along the way. But actually, let's scout through the middle. We don't want to see him cheesing us. But basically, it's Dragon. Okay, and he wants to fight. Okay, he wants to fucking go. So, that's fine, we'll fucking go. Let's build this just right here to be safe. Let's find out where his main is.
My life for hire. You must construct additional pylons.
Oh.
You
That's
must construct additional pylons. I long for combat.
okay, so we're getting cheesed. He's all-inning us in the center of the map, that's fine. I'm not gonna try to man him. I'm gonna resist the temptation.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life for hire. What man calls? My life for hire. You must construct additional
I
pylons.
guess he's being reasonable. Let's throw 2 on gas and see what happens. Is he gonna... No. He's trying to expand right now. Oh my god. He is.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
No, it's a cheese into an expand. Okay, let's just go kill him. I don't see any reason not to. This is gonna turn into 3 gateways. And we're gonna have more stuff than him. Granted, lots of it will be in the form of zealots. But I think this is gonna go well for him. Let's find out. Actually, really, what we should be doing is.
I long for combat.
Come on, little buddy. Let's just see
My
how
life
he's
for
looking.
hire. My life for hire. Honor guide me. What man calls? She house.
Let's see what the middle of the map looks like. Okay, he's getting a cannon to defend this. That's an interesting choice. That means he also spent money on a forge and the cannon, not just on this. I don't think that bodes well for him. But we'll see. Oh yeah, we can stop being too close. And he built a wall? Who is this guy? Yeah, but he's spending too much money on other things.
You require more Vespine gas. You require more Vespine gas. You require more Vespine gas.
So let's see if we can't go ahead and pull off an attack when these guys finish. Because he's got this Nexus up, but he's not really reaping the benefits just yet. Here, I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to have this guy join in the fray, why not?
Receiving. I have returned. Commence
Okay, let's get all these guys in. Let's get all these guys in. How's range? Oh, dang it. Whatever. Alright. Okay, I guess that makes sense because we lost 2 gateways that early.
I guess so.
I guess so.
I was
I-
hoping you'd do something like DTs behind that.
I know, right? I don't have much to say about that.
And then,
Well, see, DTs would take a lot of time. Yeah, that's unfortunate. DTs would just take so much time. Should we watch that?
I would watch it.
All right.
Really emphasizing like to-dos, not to-dos, like strict,
Okay.
strict, yeah.
Okay. Because if you want to choose someone, you can choose someone. You'll get some wins on the ladder doing that. That's not the way to do it.
And this would be like,
I mean, one, it got scouted immediately, right? So that always hurts. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I want to skip ahead, but he's going to send this out early. So here we're at 6 food. Come on, come on. I think he wanted to have sent that out already. Oh. Okay, so this is going to be a little late of a first pylon for him. One thing to do, you're choosing, send this out earlier. Send this out on like 6 food, I think.
I guess, what are some motivations to cheese?
What did he just do? What did he do? Oh, he built this on 9. Okay. Motivations. Cheese are get an easy win. Right? I don't know. Have you ever cheesed anyone?
Sort of.
Okay.
But I guess, like, what would be an incentive for someone who's like a low level? Just frustration?
Same, yeah, I guess. I mean, StarCraft is a hard game. Sometimes you just want to be like, fuck you, let me win. Right? And we wish that cheesing was that, but it's not, because then there's times like this. So let's watch this from the losing player's perspective. Right off the bat, right, these things are late.
Okay, they're late.
Late pylon, late gateway. That's not great. Yeah, I guess we're going to slow it
How
down a
much
bit.
later?
What the fuck? What is this? This happened? I didn't know this happened.
A strike happened on the ramp.
Oh, he wanted to deny me from scouting. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, that's no way to do that. Okay.
You decide against it though.
No, because I already ran right past this, and so he said, oh, okay, you see what I'm doing, never mind.
Was this a 4-player map? Oh,
Yeah.
So you're gonna go around the wall.
Yeah. Okay, so he didn't think I was gonna run right through it. Oh, jeez. So, that's a bit of minerals to lose early on, just standing there. With 5 guys. I mean, really, if anyone sees you even standing there with 5 guys, they're gonna know that you're doing some shit. And especially at the 3-minute mark, they're not gonna think, oh, he's playing normally and I should react not in a panicked fashion. Ugh. Okay, don't do that. And now this one's not even making it. Okay, there. He gets on it. He gets on it. But I think, yeah, he's behind me in Zealots. I got my second gateway as a reaction after I got my gas. And he has 1 Zealot, and I have 3. This is a problem. This is a problem. He's getting everything late. He's not actually macroing. Oh, that's because this is when his Nexus goes out. So this is a really weird reaction. This is a really weird reaction. Oh, my proxy 2 gate isn't going to pan out. So I should stop making Zealots and expand with a Forge. As though I were a Zerg.
Was there any way that this could have, like, worked? Like, if he tweaked something a bit?
If he did it faster, and he got Zealots to my base, you know, with, like, a probe or 2, and he just went straight there like a normal person, I mean, considering I spent the 100 gas on this before this, he should have a little bit of an advantage. Granted, there's still the distance he has to walk to get here. If he micros it really, really well, and maybe tries to manner me and some other stuff. If he tries to manner me, He just goes straight. This is so weird. This is so weird. This is not gonna work.
So
This
would it be
is
fair to say
so.
that cheese?
He's not even making stuff. He has 3 gateways making nothing because he doesn't have enough money because he spent money on this and this and this. And he has this, which isn't doing anything. I mean, I have one too, but I didn't plan on this. I don't know. Do better
Cheese
cheese.
can work, but it has to be executed correctly.
Yeah,
Or execution is emphasized.
yeah, I mean, so I scouted it, right? So if I didn't scout it, maybe this would work, but
Why did you scout diagonal?
because I was looking for this.
Oh, you did that specifically.
Yeah, you always scout diagonally on these maps.
Oh,
Yeah,
these maps, okay.
yeah, on these maps. Well, anything, right? I mean, okay, not Zerg. Zerg can't build shit in the middle of the map and go cheesy with it. But right, you're looking for some kind of bunker rush, some kind of rush like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this didn't even matter. This didn't even matter. I mean, God, he just had so little. Well, okay, granted, he pulled back. Wait, did he not pull back? Oh, this is everything.
And the Zell should be up front. So the Zell should be there.
Yeah, well, he doesn't really know. I mean, it ends up being fine, right? Like, okay, this one takes a little damage for him, but yeah, right. It ends up not even making a deal of this. I mean, you could make that argument. Yeah, because that was all his stuff.
Okay.
He had less stuff. There's. I got nothing.
So
Don't cheese like that.
just better execution.
Yeah, cheese needs really crisp timings.
But then also, what if they're up against like someone like you who's teaching low-level players to scout diagonally? So
Yeah, and you gotta scout. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Could he have transitioned
Even though
out?
I scouted diagonally, the best thing he could have done is just had super crisp timings. I mean, once it's scouted, yeah, you have to try to transition out of it. Transitioning out of it means doing damage with it at what little damage you can get out of it as quickly as possible. Because if you're going to transition out of it at all, you're going to lose those gateways in the middle of the map. That means you're losing 400 minerals. You've got a pylon there. You've got 2 gateways there. You're losing 400 minerals that you don't want to lose, right? It's also your gateways. You like your gateways.
and they are closer than normal gateways.
Yeah.
So there is like.
I would
and
not
if you're gonna say
follow
cost
that up by making a nexus immediately, because what you're trying to do is win as quickly as possible, and a nexus is the exactly opposite of that. The exact opposite of that. You're trying to build up, make some investment in the long term. How are we doing on time?
This is the last thing I think about recap of
All right.
everything in that.
Ugh. Don't cheese, especially from Protoss. All right, that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye bye.